What's going on, people? Um, I had just finished trying to shape my hair up and stuff, and I'm just trying to show it to y'all. It looked like I did a pretty good job, okay job so far. I said I was gonna practice keeping the dead ends cut off, and what they call it when you cut your hair, it's like you get them dead pieces that look real nappy, like nappy looking, to just be sticking off the side of your head. So I'm learning how to try to, you know what I'm saying, keep myself looking more neater. You know what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm practicing doing that. You know what I'm saying. Just making changes in my life. Just trying to. It ain't been easy. Tell you the truth, it ain't really been an easy journey. Trying to change your life and stuff, especially when you grew up and you grow up in a society to where you are trained and conditioned one way. You know what I'm saying? When you're trained and conditioned and you grew up just, you know what I'm saying, not wanting to change a tradition. And there's a whole lot of other things too that I still got to work on too. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff that I still got to work on as far as being comfortable within yourself. I feel like I don't know what all the real reason. I feel like I just been by to myself my whole life. I feel like that. I remember when I was in my 30s, I used to try to look for I was trying to seek a wife. Uh, that's how I say it, a woman or something like that. But most of the time, it didn't work out. I'm gonna put it like that. It didn't work out. I never was in a serious relationship at all. As far as going on dates and stuff like that, I never really. I have had people to give it a try. We went and ate stuff. I mean, they offered maybe once or twice, and that was when I was in Georgia. But as I gotten in my 40s and stuff, it seemed like I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just more laid back. I'm home most of the time, or either I just get me some books or something that I like reading. Well, I like reading a lot of biblical literature and stuff like that, and I just get me maybe an energy soda or something like that, and get me a water or something. Matter of fact, I just started that this year because last year, all the other year, I wasn't doing that. You see what I'm saying? But I guess I just rolled myself to that point because I always walked a lot. Don't get me wrong. I walk all the time. I've been walking ever since I was um, 8, 9, 7, and 10. Young, very young, you know. So as I gotten older, and when you don't have the average thing that I'm gonna say so-called white people have, like when you grow up, cause see me, my life is I'm just gonna keep it real. I grew up in poverty. You know what I'm saying? I was born in poverty, and still is to this day. We make it. You know what I mean? It's not a complaint video or nothing like that, but it's a mourning. I say I would say a mourning because most people of color, so-called blacks or Hispanics, uh, so-called black people, people of color, we all, I feel like on a larger scale, we all have, we can relate to that. You know, even though I think we are the only one that you are confused about your siblings, and when I say siblings, your father, who your father is, and I mean what they nation of people was. What did they do? Seek them out. What was they like? What did they do? We didn't get a chance to even know that history. You know what I'm saying? We didn't get a chance to even know that history. I didn't get a chance to ask like people like my uncles and things. I wished I could have, but it didn't work out like that. But growing up, and I don't want to make it seem like I'm putting business out or nothing like that, but I'm putting this video out for educational purpose. When you're told different things and you hear people say different things, you want to make sure that you gather all of the facts before you even say anything, you know. But born in born poor, I can say that, yes. You see what I'm saying? Growing up in poverty, growing up in confusion, that's me. You know what I'm saying? Growing up in poverty, confusion, you grow up, whether it's like we grew up like a food. You know how it is when when your parents and things, when you're living in a single parent household, they have to like they make sure you got clean clothes for school, and they did all those things. You know what I'm saying? Fathers wasn't there. Yes, we can say that we truly experienced it. This is not to put down on the father, because we're living in a political system to where they strip the Hispanic, blacks, and Native American men of resources, and they can't really, because see, the system put things in place, and it's a deeper psychological issues behind why we're going through what we're going through. You see what I'm saying? So as far as relating to poverty and owning vehicles and saying I'm gonna go out here, a lot of people are gonna watch this video, and they probably gonna, cause I hear a lot of people in the comment section. When I looked at last night actually, I looked at some of the comments, and some of the comments were good. Some of the comments were not so, like they coming in justifying, well, I'm this and I'm that. You can have the same thing other people have. Stop complaining. You complaining. You know what I'm saying? All kinds of different stuff. But guess what? At the end of the day, look who still live in the hood. You know what I'm saying? And then somebody said there are over 50 some so and so percent of white people living in poverty more now than ever. And I can answer that question. What it is that God is turning those things around, and all the stuff that they put our people through, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American people. You see what I'm saying? All this stuff is gonna turn around. It's a U-turn, and all so-called white people is just going to get back, and they're getting back and paying for the things that the crimes and all that stuff that they committed against that so-called Hispanics and Native Americans. Because if you come up in here and give me a percentage of what happened to so-called white people, this and that, and the so-called white people, whatever, this and that, there is no other nation or people that had ever experienced it like the Hebrews, the Israelites, the Hispanics and Native Americans, which are the Israelites according to the Bible. There is no nation on this planet. Look, you have to look at it like this here. How many people that Christopher Columbus killed? Christopher Columbus, I can't even name the number. It's over 77 million Native Americans, millions of Native, 100 millions of Native. It was over 100 million Native Americans that were slaughtered here in America. That's why people celebrate Thanksgiving and all that type of stuff. Now, I didn't know the video was going to turn into this, but I did. Like I said, I'm combining it all into one, like I did my hair and stuff. But anyway, yeah. When I look at my life and look at my condition, I look at myself, I be like, damn, man, I look like the other nations and stuff like that. I don't think, you know what I'm saying? But then I have to catch myself and think about now and ask myself, what kind of condition are you in right now? Look at the condition. Have you ever owned anything? Nope. Do you have any problem? Nope. All right then. So it's like I have to keep reminding myself of that. Um, how many times you experience this? You experience altercations with other people, just coming up your whole life. And I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, let me, because like it's like they said in Babylon Temple of Two, it's not about what you look like. You know what I'm saying? You are, how did Babylon Temple of Two? I'm gonna read that later on. It says true Africans are indeed Africans regardless of what they look like. And then I can take that as a parable. It doesn't matter what you look like, whatever. If you can relate to Deuteronomy 28 more, according to the Bible, then that's what you are. Then you're an Israelite. That's, you know what I'm saying, according to the Bible. I'm not gonna say nothing that the Bible didn't say, and that's one of the things that I'm learning to be more careful is not to say nothing that the Bible didn't say or try to fit in what I want to make it fit. You see what I'm saying? Or what I wanted to say, because that's a dangerous thing to do. But when I look around and look in the community and look how I lived in a so-called African American community, and like, damn, wake up every day and like, wait a minute, if this land, it seems like we should have more. If my father is a non so-called native or whatever, that's what I be thinking. I'm just saying, it seems like I should be able to. I should have been able. We should have been able to coming up and having access to the and having the privileges. That's what I be thinking in my mind, and then I'm like, well, like, and I go to, looking at myself, looking at my body, and looking at myself, like, damn, well, shoot, man, I think like I should, and then I have to remind myself, like, you just remember, is the so-called white man going through this here? Is the other nations going through this here? And I have to say, no, it's not. I say, well, what am I doing in this situation? If I'm looking like this, if I look like the other nation, what am I doing going through this thing? And it's like it's confusing. You know what I'm saying? And so it have something to remind me again. You would be, everything is set up and ordained by the Most High. That's what I sometimes I have to talk to God like I'm talking here on camera to remind myself, okay, all right. Don't get me wrong now. It's a battle throughout the day now. It's confusing as hell. Don't get me wrong now. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? But I grew up in a great struggle. I definitely can say that. If I don't know nothing else, living on this planet, I definitely can say that I experienced the poverty. In a poverty, like I said, what people are living in communities, and do you have access to whatever you want? Have you ever had access to resources of education, money, to where you had no problem getting around? I can say no, I haven't. From what I see, from growing up in the hood, from growing up in a certain community, I can say no, I have not had it like the other nations. Based upon what I'm just basing it upon what I'm seeing. Now, I'm like this here. Even though God is not going to deceive you, and I know I would say according to the Bible, He's not going to deceive you. But if I was deceived into thinking up one wise, like going through these things and being the Israelites and so on and so forth, I would say God have done a great job with doing that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't. That's just my thinking. You know what I'm saying? My thinking or whatever. But I'm saying that to say this here. It's a big hard struggle. It's a big. It's a big struggle. I ain't gonna lie. It's so confusing. I could say something probably, and it probably wouldn't make no sense. Like, what the hell is he saying that for? And it's hard because when you're confused, you're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. This, you're strong here, you're weak here, you're strong here. It's like you go in your mind. You had these thoughts in your mind, like, damn, what the hell? And then, I just have to remind myself. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you're in poverty and things of that nature. And even as I speak right now, I'm still in poverty. You see what I'm saying? It's not like that I'm sitting here and I'm saying, hey y'all, you know what? I'm I'm so happy to be in poverty. I don't know what to do. No, I never said I do not want to be in poverty. If I can change that the next 30 minutes, I would. 10 minutes, I would. Have I been through this all my life? Yes. Was I able to succeed in this life? And growing up and stuff like that there and prosper, have the benefits like the so-called white people and so-called all these other nations, the Africans, and how they benefited off of the what? Can I say that? Could I say that I was able to benefit off of all of that? No. No, I haven't. I have not been able to do that. You see what I'm saying? So, yes, I can relate to a great deal of poverty. I can answer that just like that. But if you ask me, what are your siblings and what is their land? I'm going to be blank. But if you ask me about poverty, pew, I'm going to be able to tell you just like that. Seriously. Some people might laugh at it in the comment section. I don't know. If you, like I said, ancestors, land, language, do you know for sure? I can say I can only give you what I know. But when it comes to poverty, no hesitate. Have you noticed that you can, when somebody asks you, have you been in poverty? Did you grow up poor? Did you grow up this hand? Have you noticed that so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native American people, myself, have you noticed that it is no hesitate when you do that? But everybody, we got to talk about going to get a D. Everybody got to go. Blacks, Hispanics, Native American got to go get a DNA test, right? Because we're confused and we're in that battle decision like me, right? But have you noticed that when somebody say, have you been in poverty all your life? We can pass that on a scale 1 to 100. Yes, yes. What all you been through? Boom. Without this, have you ever had transportation? Nope. Have you ever had this? Nope. Have you ever lived in a single parent household? Yes. Like that. You can answer them. You ain't got to be up there. You go to fill out an application. What's your nationality? What is your ethnicity and all this kind of stuff? You just either put African American or you just put others. Like me, I would have to put other. Or you just say other because you don't know. You hear things, but you don't want to just say things, and you don't know you don't know whether it's accurate information. I can put something out here and can be misinforming people. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to misinform, but I do want to tell the truth about this. And I can go back to Deuteronomy 28. You see what I'm saying? I can relate to Deuteronomy 28. You know what I'm saying? You ask me those questions about poverty, no hesitate. You say, what's your nationality? Do you know where your people are? You know where your land and language and this and that and the third? You're gonna get a blank stare. But you ask me about poverty, pew, right away. You can tell people that. Pew, you tell that. Did you get along with your neighbors? Nope. Do you speak to your neighbors? Nope. Do you do this here? Blah, blah, blah. Do y'all have a negative experience? Are you getting along with your neighbors in the hood? Are y'all together and y'all helping each other in the hood? Nope. You see how fast we can answer that? That's weird, ain't it? Y'all have a good day. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section.